Hello everybody, Frankie Day here from Frankie Day Models. Okay fellas, the topic of the video for this evening is what's on the bench and getting settled. Okay guys, I think I got my work area pretty well how I want it. I got my airbrush compressor down here, and I got my storage rack for all my paints as I showed in the last video I had, and I got everything pretty well set up. I got all my glues together, everything's pretty organized what I need to get things done. Well, I bought me a new cutting mat. Darn thing cost me $40. I said, what the hell? I normally buy them at 15 and 20 bucks. This thing here, of course, it's bigger. It's probably about 2 feet by 2 feet square, probably. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, it's a good size mat to put on this table. That back's right here, since I'm talking about it, so we can see it. All right here, fellas. Brand new. Not a speck of glue, not a speck of paint. But there will be to give it time. Okay, before we get started here in this video, guys, I'd like to thank everybody. I mean, it really means a lot to me. It does. All you fellas out there, you know, you pull the oar and help me out and everything, and I couldn't ask for anything more in life than what I have from your wonderful hearts. And of course, you guys know I've been through a rough deal. I'm a strong old man, I can handle it. And life goes on. I know I'm not alone in these situations. It's just my time in life to get caught up in something like this. It'll happen with everybody in time. So hang on to what you got in life and savor it and prepare. Okay, now what's on the bench? Thus far, I'm tinkering with this 1/24 scale Airfix Hawker Hurricane. I got the wings joined on this thing. I worked on this thing last night for about an hour. I remember the last build I had. It's kind of tight, but I had no difficulties getting the wings on. So what I did, I whipped up a batch of sprue glue. So save your sprue. Bought me a batch of that. Made a batch of that up. Kind of filled in the joints. Then you take a sanding stick and sand out when it dries. Then use your filler joints to fill in the seams. The only thing I filled in here was the bondo and the fuselage. And up here is pretty flush up here. This is removable. But I decided to cement it to the firewall up to the top of up to the front of the fuselage, and I'll score it representing a removable panel. But the side panels are removable on the build. It's a nice airplane. I've always loved the Hawker Hurricane. It's a very, very strong airplane. I think it's one of the pursuit ships, and next to the Spitfire is my favorite. So I got that far on this, guys. Right now, I'm at the stage of this is going ahead and sanding in the seams and everything by filling in with sprue glue, and go ahead and use my filler choice over here, bondo, or whatever filler you have. It all works the same. Okay, I'm going to put the Hawker Hurricane down. Okay guys, sprue glue over here, so I'll make sure I'm organized here. Alrighty, I want the storage. And I pondered and slept on it the last couple of days, and since you're living in a trailer, you can't go Mr. Big no more like Glenn L. Martin. It's going to be Mr. Small. And so I'm going to be in 1/72 scale kits for a long time, for a while. And if there's something bigger to bring out, like this Hawker Hurricane needs to be finished, I'll finish it up, and I've probably got room someplace here to hang it up here a little bit, give it a little life in here, and the rest goes right back in the storage. Okay, I want the storage today. I made breakouts of some kits. I'll think about I think I've been on YouTube now for about 6 years now. Perhaps 7 years. And I think I got these about the time I started on YouTube. And these are bagged kits by Nova. These are old frog kits. I went down to Smitty's Hobby Shop in Dayton, Ohio. And I got a bunch of these little frog kits, these bag kits here. And what we'll do is we'll take this camera, we're going to zoom right down to my brand new cutting mat. I'm going to go through these bag kits. And I got a little more too about that too. Okay boys, here we go. Right here is the Percival Proctor trainer. And 1/72 scale, it's very small. It's by Nova. These are ex-frog kits. These are nice little kits. And right here, you just get your instruction sheet included inside the baggies right here. And for the paint schedule, you can review your color, which I like this. And these make nice little models for a small trailer. And I don't think they fit well in here. And believe me, this trailer on me, I got a lot of shelf space. I got a lot of shelves. I can build small shelves up here that'll house these things. I can house a lot of these opposed to the big Johns I've been working on. So you can see why 1/72 scale is a very must and popular scale, because it's small enough to build anything you want, not taking too much room unless you get it in a bigger aircraft. Remember, bigger the airplane, bigger the model. Okay, that's the first one right here, the Percival Proctor trainer. We got over here, another bag kit I got. This is the Westland Wessons. These are all 1/72 scale kits, fellas. Here's the decals they give you, they'll make you pretty good. They've been in the baggie for a long time. This thing is about 6 or 7 years old. And you got the paint schedule back here. It tells you what color you want to paint your Wessex, olive drab or Oxford blue, or with a white upper decking plane. And these old frog kits are very nice kits. I love frog kits. Frog airlines are the same thing. These Nova kits are the same thing too. I think from Russia, Ukraine or some made USSR. Yeah, exactly. The detail of these things ain't too bad for these ancient models. These models came out back in the 60s. These are early 1963, 64 moldings. The reboxing under the Nova is probably at least 20 years old from today. Okay, here's another favorite, guys. 1/72 scale, Wesson Lysander. Observation plane, commando job. I built an Matchbox kit at this 1/32 scale. I think it was for the Bomber Command Group build for Martin Lamont, I believe, or somebody. I'm quite sure it wasn't Sir Martin. Speaking of Sir Martin, I haven't seen that gentleman in a long time. I hope he's okay, and I hope him and Ruth are very, very well. We need you back in the video again, Martin, so you can build some good models, buddy. I hope you're well, sir. Okay. Decals are just like regular, typical, old school frog decals. Good shape too. Bags set up in ruptured, so you got no weather that'll come inside. Okay, for the paint schedule, this one, just like I did on mine, except mine had sky under other surfaces. This here's probably duck egg blue with dark green and dark earth. And the other one is for the night version. It's probably dark gray, extra dark sea gray with dark green and all black. So you got about you got an option of either paint schedule here. These are nice. I like these little bag kits. And I can still build small fellas. Okay. Here's another torpedo bomber here. This is the Blackburn Skua. And this too is an early frog kit back in the 60s or 64, 63. Early 60s. Being reboxed by Nova, like I said previously, is probably 20 years now. Since it's probably bagged like this by that one. Probably a little longer. I got a little hole in the bag right there. I'm hoping the else is decals. Oh, the decals are fine. They're good. Paint schedule over here just looks like sky underneath and dark earth or dark green or slate gray or dark green. I don't know. It's beautiful like an airplane. The little Nova kits are neat. I like them. Okay, we got I got about 2 left over here. The Nova range. I got this through. This one I like very much. This is an old Frank Whittle job. Frank Whittle. And this was a test bed for the Gloucester Meteor and others. And as a Frank Whittle engine, he used this thing. It's called the Gloucester Pioneer. It's not, I mean the Whittler. The Whittle. Yeah, Gloucester Whittle. And decals, just like the other ones are. They're still good. Paint schedule. Looks like trainer yellow on the bottom. Dark earth and dark green. This little job's small, but these things are built very nice to get done with it. Okay, lastly, get the Ferry Barracuda. This is the torpedo bomber. Boy, the way the undercarriage attracts this thing is really awkward. It's probably the way the wings are designed to fold. Ferry, yeah, the Ferry made some good aircraft with English. Okay, you get the decals or option decals there. Royal Navy and I guess New Zealand, I guess. Okay, let's see here. Here's the paint schedule here. I like those color schedules on here. Okay. Now, that completes the Nova range, frog range in bag form. Now, in storage also, I broke out 3 more. I'm going to work on this one too. This is one set. I think I showed this to you guys on the Mars video again, where I told you I was going to be moving into a trailer or something, and I'm going to start building small. Well, I'm going to build this too. I took this out of there. I want to build this. This is a good kit. I can remember when this kit came out. It was back in 1973, and about a year later, or perhaps 7 months later, Monogram introduced their 1/48 scale TBD, and the same color schedule this one is. This is really a nice kit, guys. It really is. I built one before, and a little heavy ribbed it, so I suggest taking cold water. You take some wet and dry sandpaper, 320 grit, and tone down the rivets by sanding them with a lot of water. And that'll take a lot of the rivets out. But you want to take out those corrugated wings on it, because these TBDs they were heavy jobs back in those days. These were the state-of-the-art aircraft until the end of the war, and they came out back in the 30s, and the United States Navy and even the Army Air Force, they concluded that this aircraft here is the state-of-the-art, which it was, but I think due to its ability of being obsolete is because of loss of aircraft during the Battle of Midway was due to unskilled pilots. But I imagine these things were very, very incredibly slow. And you put something up like this against a nimble zero, Not a chance. You're shot down before you know you've been shot. So I got that on the bench too as well. Okay, number 2. Here's another one, came out back in 1973. This is the Grumman Duck. You got the Argentine Navy, and you also have the United States Navy. Looks like me with that star and bar. This is probably post World War II with that star and bar. So I'll probably color my duck this color here. Mr. Bill of Panzer's Man's Bunker. In honor of myself right here for Frankie Day Seaplane Group Build, he entered this kit right here. And you need to go to his video and see what he done with it. He did a very, very beautiful job. Bill's very, very great, especially painting those figures. He has a very masterful hand when it comes to painting. And so is Rob of Rob Modeling. His hands also too is very masterful when you're painting kits, is because he's so used to using the paintbrush. But you got a person that's very, very good with a paintbrush. You can fool somebody, they can swear it looks like an airbrush has been done. It's all by your tone in your hands. So I got this going, guys. So Panzerman's Bunker, he did the Argentine Navy one. So I looked at this thing last night. I took it out of storage, and the decal sheets gives you post-war United States Navy or Air Force, and also the Argentine Navy version. Alrighty then, put that over here. Lastly is a new tool of the 1/72 scale string bag. The Ferry Swordfish. This is one of my favorite airplanes by the English. At the time of this thing was launched to sink the Bismarck, these things were obsolete and more because the Royal Navy didn't have very much. And the same thing that we had. We didn't have very much either. So you had to make best use of what you had, and these things did it. They got the job done. And they did. So this Swordfish old string bag took big credit for disabling the battleship Bismarck by taking out the steering gear. But that was a lucky drop from that kipper they dropped from this. So the paint schedule on this thing is optional. It's probably either from the illustrious or the man. What is that beautiful carrier? Ark Royal. Please forgive me, fellas. Please forgive me. And so this is all retooled. It's got folding wings on it. You can fold them and everything. And it's opposed to the old kit. The old kit is junk, but it's still good to fart around with because it's old and it's classic. But this thing's retooled, so this probably been around for about maybe 5-6 years, maybe 4 years, maybe 3 or 4 years, maybe perhaps 5, maybe, I don't know. But anyway, these kits I showed you right here, fellas, these are the ones that I'm going to be doing for a while. And I'm going to make special shelves back here to keep these things in display. And like I said, fellas, yeah, when you live in a trailer, everything's got to be downsized. Alrighty then, we'll bring this can back to yours truly over here. Here I is, fellas, here I am. Okay, I'm gonna put this stuff back over here. And I've got big ships coming up too this winter time when it gets here. So I'll be working on a lot of ships. I got a lot of them in my back bunk room back there where I sleep at. And everything is all planned, what I'm doing right here. I get these aircraft right here I'm doing and have them break them out for to build.
So I'm gonna be